All right, y'all. So I seen this video on Instagram and I was like, let's go ahead and dissect it. So she's staring at him while he's in front of other women. Here's my thing. I get that a lot of us are deeply insecure, and I'm not shaming any woman because we have all been insecure at one point. Some of us struggle with jealousy. Some of us struggle with body image issues. I totally get it. But I'm telling you now, in a world full of gorgeous women and a world full of women that are very out there with their looks and women, the way that they dress, especially if you live in Vegas, it's not for the weak. You're going to see women dressed in thongs, literally titties out. So you better buckle up for this topic. As I'm making this video, I'm letting you know now, I'm not judging you. I'm not hating you. We've all been there with anger. We've all been there with jealousy. We've all been there with, just not feeling like we're good enough. But that is a you problem. When you get into a relationship, you need to make sure you take care of yourself, you dress nice, and you work out. Why do I say that? Because if you don't, you're always going to be looking at other women like they are better than you. And if you have a man with a lustful mindset, a lustful eyes, or you're not his type, you're dating the wrong guy. And that's nobody's fault but yours. Next. My biggest thing is if you're in a relationship and you're more concerned about who he's looking at, you're more concerned about nagging, nitpicking, and insecurities than you are enjoying the relationship. You're mothering the dude, which that's going to push him away more every single day. Men don't like insecure. Here's one key thing that a lot of women fail to realize. There's a big saying that women like to say, men love bitches. No, they don't. They love women that put themselves first. They love women that care about themselves. And when I say put themselves first, not a selfish woman, but when you put yourself first, you take care of your appearance, you take care of your priorities, you make sure you look good, and then you handle business. Just like a man would. That's why men tend to like 304s. That's why men tend to like those type of women, because those women have no care in the world. They're not worried about who's looking at them. They're not worried about, oh, my man, this. They're worried about them. Do the same, because I'm telling you, you're going to waste your whole life wondering and wishing why I look like that when you can get on that treadmill and have a back like hers, have an ass like hers. But no, you're over here looking at him the entire time because you're insecure and you don't like yourself, and that's okay. But how do we fix it? Go to the gym, meditate, pray, switch up your style. And here's one thing I'm going to say that I never say. Men who tell you guys to dress this way and do all this, if your man's following 304s, he has no room to talk. If he's still watching corn, he has no room to talk. That man cannot sit here and tell you how to dress and what to do when he's actively watching other women who literally disrespect themselves every day. Now, if he's a godly man and he's not following any women, he don't look at other women, I can understand that type of man. But there's men out here who will tell you, don't dress like this, don't that. And they're looking at women they're telling you not to look like. And then they're wondering why they stop looking at you and they're not attracted to you anymore. I feel like this is something we don't talk about a lot. But men who make you dress like something you're not, or change your whole wardrobe just to look at women who look like, y'all irritate me. Y'all irritate me because half the time your woman wants to feel sexy. And here's my thing. If she's wearing it with you, what's the problem? If it's by herself, I get it. Nobody's there to protect her. You know how men are. But if she's with you, she wants to feel good. I'm sorry, y'all. Look how I dress. I'm going to work right now, but I'm in a warehouse. I'm not going to wear no G-string at a warehouse. But my man encourages me, babe, wear that. Babe, do this. Babe, do that. That's a beautiful thing when your man wants you to look sexy, wants you to look nice for him. Ladies, take care of yourselves. Your hygiene, drink a lot of water, make sure you're working out. I'm telling you, 15 minutes on the Stairmaster and getting a glute workout and stuff 3 times a week, your body will transform. I want the best for you and I want you to feel secure. Ladies, you can be a perfect woman and that jealousy is going to kill it. Take it from somebody who knows. I'm still working through it. Jealousy is the biggest killer in a relationship because if a man never did anything, you're making him feel like he's untrustworthy. You're making him feel like he would just go out and venture with other women when he would never do that. Make sure that that's coming from within and fix it. Because if you're over here amplifying everything and making him feel like something's wrong with him or he's staring at girls when he's not, half the time you might think that girl's a 10 and he's looking at her like, oh, look at this 304. You don't know how he thinks. So don't always think if your man's looking at that in that direction, he's looking at her in that way. Just because that might be the girl you think is pretty, it's not the same for him. So be very mindful, pick and choose your battles. You don't need to argue about every pretty girl. And I'm saying this, I live in Vegas. There's women who are literally, I'm talking about boobies out on the strip, thong showing. And imagine if you looking at her, I'm going to literally have a heart attack. I'm going to be foaming at the mouth like a dog because there's beautiful women everywhere. Understand, you're a beautiful woman. God doesn't like ugly. Beautiful women, we shine other women's lights. We don't dim it. Okay? Dimming it is an insecurity. Dimming someone's light and being insecure over another woman and envious is gross. We don't want that. Don't call yourself a girl's girl if you're going to looking at other. No, we're not doing that. Because like I said, who's in control of how you react to this? You. So if it's bothering you that much, maybe you need to leave. And if you don't trust your man, maybe you need to leave. If you don't like yourself, you should have never got into a relationship. Stop convincing these men to like you and love your body when you don't even love yourself or love anything about you. Because you should walk into a room and know you're a good woman. And if he leaves you for a girl who looks like that, that woman's getting attention 24/7. Let's see how long he lasts with her. Stop worrying about things that God already has placed in your life. And don't ruin things that God placed in your life. You can ruin a good man with that jealousy, that anger, and that insecurity. And I'm telling you, when you first start dating, build good habits. If you start picking at things and looking for things to hate him for, especially this type of stuff, it's going to be amplified. And now guess what? You're going to be in a marriage where you're jealous, you're nitpicky, and then you're going to teach your daughters these things. Please, ladies, heal first, be by yourself. And men, control your lustful behavior, because there's some of y'all, I've seen men before. I've gotten stared at before where a guy's with his girl and I'm like, what is he looking at me for? And there's a difference from a glance. Okay, I seen her. There's men who will, you break your whole neck, buddy, calm down. And then they'll have a beautiful woman next to them. I get it. We're human. We look, but look. No one's saying stare and feast and fucking foam at the mouth for a woman. Your woman's right there. So please stop doing that. Please, literally.